Hi guys, welcome back to the stream. 3 minutes ago, I muted my microphone and forgot to tell you. So everything I've said has not happened. Oh dear, I'm so sorry guys, didn't even notice it. So I look forward to reading your ire in the chat. I'm a little embarrassed right now. Oh, damn. That was some great commentating. You missed some amazing things, I would say. It was poetry. Oh, jeez. All right, we're in the losers match. Yeah, please cast it in the chat, so that'll help. Oh, jeez. We're in a losers match. Loser of this match is out of the tournament and doesn't have a shot at the over $40 and growing prize pool. The winner goes on, but then has to win another game immediately after it to have a chance at going on to tomorrow's matches. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. The worst part is, I made this mistake 3 minutes ago, and now I get to read you jerks in the chat making fun of me for 3 minutes after I've already solved the problem. You just don't know about it. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Oh jeez. Alright, I mean, what is there to say? Immortal's coming out. Yeah, I know. Robo facility is Robo Bay, pardon me, out for Blink here. Looks like Disruptor Tech going to be the tech of choice. Observers in both bases checking out everything. So, yes, as Elias is just saying in the chat, I hate PvP so much. Oh dear God. Okay, so looks like Disruptors are going to be tech of choice now for Blink, who's already got a couple of mortals out and is starting Zealot Charge. Zealot Charge a little bit earlier here for Fari, who doesn't have any Disruptors out yet, is just dropping a couple extra gateways. In fact, no Robo Bay at all, so it looks like we're going to see Stalker Immortal here from Fari, and Disruptor Immortal Stalker from Blink. Couple more. Oh, double Forge now for Blink, and a Templar Archives as well. Oh, and a Templar Archives for Fari on the other side of the map. These players are matching each other step for step with no aggression yet this game. Look at the Units Lost tab. That's not a mistake, friends. That is an empty Units Lost tab. Scouting Phoenix here, which is an interesting choice as you already have an Observer out in the main. But he is going to scout out, and oh, nice. The Scouting Phoenix is going to check out the exact time of that third Nexus here for Blink. So Fari will know that he's, or pardon me, so Fari will know that he's a little bit behind, and he's going to drop his third Nexus as well as soon as he sees his opponent dropping the third Nexus. So both players going to be doing pretty well. Yeah, there it is. Oh, nah, yeah. So I'm 3 minutes behind. I'm just seeing all of the people getting excited that I just realized I've completely screwed everything up. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. Enjoy this 3 minutes in the past, y'all. Scouting Phoenix here from Blink is going to see Fari's army moving out to try and put pressure on this third base. It looks like Blink is not responding, though, keeping this army here at his natural. Oh, man, if he doesn't move in time, it looks like Fari may be able to get a couple shots off onto this natural. And here we go. Fari going to get in here, cancels a couple pylons, forces some cancels on some other stuff. And there we go. Finally, Blink responds. There it is. Blink's going to come in to respond with 2 Immortals here. A nice force field there for Fari is going to let him continue to attack here. This third Nexus putting a lot of pressure on it. Double Immortal, though, from Blink could be doing a lot of damage if they both get in here. Thanks, Rimmerman. I appreciate the 100 bits, man. I'm just as sad as you are about all of this. Oh, jeez. The facepalm 100 bits. I mean, I'll take it, but... Alright, Fari with some impressive pressure here, keeping it up. Very nicely done as the third base goes down. Blink going to find himself in a little bit of trouble economically now. He does have a lot of Disruptors back home, so thank goodness. The army from Fari heads back home. Oh, there's a fly on my microphone. Get out of here. What are you doing? Don't you know this is the indoors fly? Come on, man. Have some respect. Third base restarted for Blink. As the Disruptor production does continue, he's rebuilding a couple Immortals to make up for the one that he lost earlier. Did he lose an Immortal earlier? No, he didn't lose an Immortal, pardon me. To augment his Immortal force. I thought he'd lost a couple, but maybe not. Fari, content to sit back home on his 3 bases and brag about his increasing economy, going way up and above his opponent now that third base is in full force, completely saturated. Upgrades are in favor of Blink here, who's just starting his +2. Hopefully gets his +2 armor started shortly, and chose to go for +2 shields instead of armor. An unorthodox choice, I'll grant you, but an interesting one. Third Nexus about to finish up here for Blink, and he is taking no chances this time. 3 cannons, 2 shield batteries, going to defend the hell out of that location. Very nice stuff. Man, a very unaggressive game so far from both of these players. Hopefully we'll see a move out soon. We see Fari mixing in a couple High Templar into his army. No Storm research just yet. I don't know why you would in a PvP like this. Both players content to sit... Never mind. I was about to say both players content to sit back with normal armies, but here we go. Fari going to try and Dark Shrine his way into this. Now, when I see a Dark Shrine as a caster, the first thing I like to do is start the clock. But also, no detection. No detection. 1 observer out, and it's all the way to the other side of the map. Has not seen this at all. Observer gets picked off. Nice. Picks off the observer. Warps in a couple more Archons. The Dark Shrine now about halfway done. And we still see no detection. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no detection from Blink at his bases. So a couple DTs could absolutely wreck these mineral lines and do significant damage. This is fantastic. As far as scouting goes, let's take a look here. Blink has no idea that this 4th base is here. He has seen the 3rd base with his observer, which helps. And Fari does have an observer in the main base, unseen, of course, by his opponent, Blink. So Fari's observer there is going to see everything. Now, Fari hasn't seen this new 3rd base, but I'm sure he can safely assume that it's been rebuilt and is in fact now saturated. 4th base been dropped now for Blink. A couple supporting pylons, but not quite the bevy of protection that we see for Blink's 3rd base. Blink moves his army out to defend this 4th base. But both players just kind of building up over time. A very, very passive 11-minute game so far. Wow. Man, this massive Archon Immortal army. Charge lots. We got an observer with it as well. Finally, Fari moving across the map. Takes this high ground in the middle. And then waits, you know, just for fun. I imagine Fari's probably waiting for his +2 to finish up before he moves forward. He doesn't know that he's a little bit behind in Upgrades game, as +2 shields just finishes for Blink. +3 on the way for Blink, but that looks like that won't finish by the time this significantly larger army from Fari does crash into his 3rd base. Look at this, very nicely done. Setting the Warp Prism out, trying to distract the army from Blink. The Warp Prism harassed, but... okay, gonna get defended as the 3rd finally gets attacked here. A massive Protoss army sweeping in, taking out everything in this 3rd base. We can see a little bit of miscontrol as Blink's army is split up here. Some on the top of the ramp and some on the bottom. Fari caught with a very, very wide concave here as these Protoss army engage with each other. Looks like the Immortals in the back doing a whole lot of damage. The Archons up front, but unfortunately this +2 finally finishes there for Fari, and it looks like a fair fight. Disruptor shots going off, doing a lot of damage, and the left flank gets cleaned up by Blink, but the 3rd base does go down. So Fari taking a big army hit, but a couple Charged Zealots here going to get on top of these Immortals finally. And here we go, Charged Zealots on top of these Immortals finally. The streams, oh my god. These Immortals are the freaking heroes, cleaning up so many tech units. The Disruptor's forgetting to fire. They're even going to pick off this other Observer as well. These are the hero Immortals, the SEAL Team 6 of, pardon me, not Immortals, the SEAL Team 6 of Zealots. Oh man, look at the kills on these things. 3 kills, 2 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills. Unbelievable. These Protoss Zealots are heroes. Fari's forgotten about him though. He's leaving them behind enemy lines. Engages a little bit late, and they are all going to get cleaned up, but the 3rd base has been destroyed. Warping of DTs in the main. There's nothing to defend against this. There's no detection, and Blink is getting absolutely torn apart. Oh my gosh. Twilight Council going to go down. Robo Bay and Robo Facility depowered. There's nothing at all to detect here. Wait, Blink has 2 observers out, but he's not defending. Where's his army? Oh, he has no army. There's nothing left. These DTs wreaking havoc. Blink can see them, but he cannot fight them. Fari looks like he's gathering. Oh my god, that's so many Charged Zealots back home. Trying to add on a bunch more gateways here for his Blink, but I'm not sure if 6 more gateways is going to finish it. Fari could be taking out a lot more probes if he was a little bit more cautious with these DTs. 1 DT finally getting cleaned up here. This massive punch of Disruptors, the natural, could be a juicy target. The DT finishing off the Templar Archives. Looks like he will get it before the charge lots finally take him out. Oh no, he doesn't control it, and the Templar Archives lives to make another Templar. DT should be able to take out these charge lots, though. Charge lots 2 at a time against DT's an interesting choice. DT finally gets cleaned up in the main, and Fari, Warp Prism back home, not ready to reinforce, but Fari's army is enormous now, 118 supply to only 21. +3 about to finish up here for Fari. We do see all these gates from Blink have finished up now. He's adding on even 5 more in his main. So he must be very confident about the number of gateways he can support, although his income is significantly worse. I'm not sure you can support that many gateways on, what, 1 mining base? 1.5 mining bases, maybe? Look at this, although I will say a couple juicy disruptor shots would do phenomenal work here. The disruptor's unfortunately out of position as these charge lots engage into the army. A great wall here of all these gateways, but Blink is going to GG out when he sees what his opponent has, and game 1 is going to go to Fari. Alright guys, give me about 2 minutes and I'm going to get these players back for game number 2. Don't go anywhere and we'll be right back. Alright crew, what is up? We are back now for game number 2 between Blink and Fari. Now Fari took game 1 with a pretty solid late game push. But if Blink loses this game, he is going to go 0-4 in this tournament. There it is. Oof. He is going to go 0-4 in this tournament and will be knocked out immediately. So let's go into game number 2. We find ourselves on New Repugnancy, which is Blink's map choice. In the top right-hand corner, from Clan Heroes, it is Fari. And his opponent, on the brink of losing. Also from Clan Heroes, it's Blink. Alright, so Blink here fighting for his tournament life. Does not want to lose in the group stages here, of the double elimination group stages. Oh, and I noticed in the break, Anisimov. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the Diamond Heroes tournament. If you are a Diamond 3 or lower player and are interested in joining a Discord to help you climb the ladder, Platinum Heroes, the Discord, offers free coaching. They offer places to talk strategy. You can upload replays and have people analyze them for free. Please, please, please check out the Diamond Heroes Discord. I know there's a link below my Twitch stream. give them a checkout. Say hello in the general chat. Ingratiate yourself a little bit, and they will definitely be able to help you out with some of the events and everything they put on. Plus, you'll be the first one to know when Diamond and Platinum Heroes 2 happens, because this is definitely not the last time that we're going to do a tournament like this. It's going very well. Nice pylon block here for Blink. That's going to give him a little more control over the situation back home. Will also allow him to scout out what his opponent is up to, which in this case is 2 Stalkers immediately rallied all the way across the map to what I imagine is going to be a cheeky little pylon. Oh, never mind. Fari's probe just going to head back home. High-five the other probe on the way across. Early robo here for Blink. Not scouted yet. He did push that other probe away, so there's no scouting for Fari. Fari's not going to see this robo going down, so there's a very good chance that he won't be ready for some early Immortal harass, but there's also a chance now that Fari is not going to be ready for 2 Blink Stalkers. He hasn't started another gateway unit here. There it is. The second Stalker does start, pardon me. And it should finish up, well, it's not being chronoed. It should finish up maybe just as these other 2 Stalkers from Fari do make it across the map. About halfway done now. Second gateway, pardon me, goes down for Blink. Uh-oh. Stalker's only about halfway done here with good micro. Fari could be in a good shape here. Oh, needs to focus. There we see the gateway. Getting chronoed now, but the Stalker getting a lot of damage. Second Stalker does pop out there, but 1 Stalker from Fari needs to micro back. Fari needs to micro back. Oh no, Stalker in the front, but no shots there for Blink, and Fari's Stalker is going to stay alive. The probes have been pulled, but it looks like they are lambs to the slaughter, as Fari's Stalker with 2 kills now is going to start working down probes. 3 and 4. There's 1 probe kill, taking a little bit of damage here. Is Fari going to press his advantage? Absolutely. Looks like he's taking out more Stalkers, not chronoing them though. And there we go, Warp Prism coming out so we can reinforce from the front. Stalker has pulled back for Fari, but there's still nothing back home to defend. Just 1 Stalker for Blink. Come on, Blink, you can do it, buddy. You can defend this. Don't go down like this. It's too soon. First Immortal is out for Blink. That ought to help. Looks like his Stalker. Oh my god, his Stalker's going to live with, like, there it is. Oh, what a catch. The alley-oop shot from the Stalkers, and they are going to get away from this Immortal as they wee all the way back home. Fari preventing that rally. Going to build a shield battery back home to prevent, but it looks like Blink is going to pull this Immortal back as well. Junipo, what is up? Welcome to the chat, buddy. Oh, it's good to see you here also. Finally, the pylon from Blink going to get picked off by these Stalkers as the Warp Prism comes out. Now, the pylon should have seen that Warp Prism coming out. A lot of probes getting pulled there for some reason. They're going to Maynard down to the... Yeah, he's going to Maynard those probes down to the natural expansion. There we go. Natural expansion is about halfway done for both players, and it looks like the game has normalized a little bit from here. Fari taking an early advantage with a couple Stalker kills. In fact, look at the lost tab. It should be 3 Stalkers to 1. So not game-ending damage by any means, but certainly a psychological advantage at the very least for Fari, who finds himself with a couple more Stalkers in his pocket than his opponent. Both players, it looks like, going for these Stalker Immortal builds, building a Twilight Council at about the same time. Going to see Blink Stalker Immortal. If this Warp Prism from Fari can get anything done, that would be very interesting. Let's keep an eye on it as it heads across the map. The Observer Scout there is going to see that the Warp Prism is not there. Warp in of 2 Adepts here into the main mineral line. With the shade forward, the Immortal pops out for Blink, but it's in the wrong spot. All of his army units are down at the natural, and it looks like, okay, probes have been pulled here. A couple shots off by these Adepts, but it looks like no kills just yet. 1 kill, pardon me. Immortal should chase those Adepts away. Oh, it looks like they're going for a little more damage here. Getting behind that mineral line, but they are, of course, going to shade back to the Warp Prism, which will pick them up and take them back home. So a lot of lost mining time there, and 2 more probes killed. And it looks like, wow, all these probes here at the natural getting forced back to the main. So Fari with these nice little plays to keep him just barely ahead in the rest of this game. Now that mining map is a little misleading right now. Of course, all those probes will return back to work shortly. But you can see it's these little pokes, these little dinks that make Fari an absolute contender as we get into the 7-minute mark of Game 2. Now, there is an observer here for Blink who sees what's going on in his opponent's base. The answer to that, of course, is not a whole lot. Immortals, Stalkers, exactly what you'd expect. No observer, though, from Fari. Fari was able to scout out what his opponent was up to earlier. Pardon me, was able to scout out what his opponent was up to earlier with those adepts that got warped in. But yeah, so far, not a whole lot. Zealot Charge going to be the tech of choice from both of these players. And Templar Archives now going down for Blink. Forge on the way for Fari. Again, Fari is going to be behind in the upgrade game this game, as long as Blink stays on top of those upgrades. Fari dropping a 3rd base now. Pardon me. Another little adept harass here. He's going to be checking for that 3rd base. Should be delighted to see that his opponent hasn't started it yet, though. Fari looking to take a significant economic advantage in this game. Keeping the army supply numbers very tight is a smart call. But economically, I think Fari has to be pretty pleased with where he's at so far. Another Immortal popping out for Fari, and again, we're just going to see a phenomenally passive game from both players. Look at this. We are 8 minutes in, and so far that initial Stalker harass is all that's happened. Both players content to sit back on their heels and play it safe. Fari is doing a little bit better right now at playing it safe, though, with that 3rd expansion. Look at this. He's left his 2 adepts here at the 3rd of Blink, which is going to prevent this probe from doing exactly what it wants to do, as long as Fari catches it in time. Ooh, Fari didn't see that probe, so Blink now is going to be forced to send his army out to deal with these 2 adepts, chase them away. Never mind, Fari got a whiff of that very soon and popped out just as Blink surprises us yet again. Unhappy with getting caught against DT Tech with no detection last game, Blink has decided it's his turn, baby, and DT Shrine is on the way. Now, Fari has no real way to scout this deep in. He doesn't have any sentries back home for Hallucinated Phoenix. He doesn't have any observers, and he's certainly not making any more. He is not going to see this Dark Templar tech on the way, I don't think. Ooh, Fari might find himself in a little bit of trouble here. We see no photon cannons out. He does have the Forge, but no cannons. No observer, and of course the observer from Blink is keeping an eye on whether there's an observer coming out or not. Okay, Fari finally making an observer. Oh man, this is perfect. Great timing here by Fari. He's going to be able to not only snipe his opponent's observer, nice, oh, that poor observer, but he's also going to be just in time for DT Tech. He needs to move that observer out to a more useful location, and he starts a Dark Shrine of his own. That's right, kids. The memes are real. Don't let your memes be dreams. I keep waiting to see if Blink is gonna make any DTs. Oh, come on, man. Fari very wisely making another observer here out of this robo facility and dropping a 2nd robo so he can keep up with Immortal production. He's seen that his opponent has some early Immortals. Doesn't want to fall behind on that Immortal number. DTs? Oh man, there we go. A couple cannons going down. Hurry, hurry, cannons. There it is. A couple cannons going down at the 3rd base. Observer here at the natural. Nothing in the main, but we don't see a Warp Prism from Blink, so it looks like the DTs won't be able to get into the main. This DT play may be shut down, and in fact, we may not even see any DTs. Gosh, from either side, it looks like both DT Shrines have finished. Warp Prism from Fari, making a little expeditionary journey here to the main base. Should be turned away by these 3 Stalkers from Blink that he's left here in his main very wisely. But Fari, out on the map, posturing. Fari's +2 about to finish. Blink has not yet started +3, so the window for Fari to catch up on upgrades might be opening up just a little bit. Fari's Warp Prism going to get chased away, and it looks like the army from Blink is not going to respond to that, so he's going to leave this army here at his natural. Now that Blink's 3rd is up, the economy should have neutralized a little bit, but you can see Fari still in a pretty significant command of this game, at least for the last 5 minutes, ever since his initial harassment. Man, 6 Immortals, 3 Archons. Look at let's just take a look at this units tab. Look at the units in this game, man. Matching each other point for point on Immortals, point for point on Archons. The only real difference between these armies are the numbers of Zealots and this Warp Prism here from Fari. So far, these players mirror images of each other. +3 has now started for Blink, pardon me, man, it's hard to keep these guys straight. +3 has just started for Blink, so fingers crossed he'll be able to get something done with that. Warp Prism waiting outside the 3rd as the army moves out. Gets scouted by some probes, but army just on move command is not going to attack those probes. It will take out a pylon, but the probe going to be able to drop another pylon in the middle of the base. Finally caught by a couple of stalkers there. Oh, man. Here we go. The army from Fari moving up into the third base of Blink. The third base immediately cancels as this massive army gets ready to meet the other massive Protoss army. Oh, man. Okay. So it looks like stalkers. Charged Zealots are going to come out in front. A much better concave here for our blue player Fari. So there we go. Look at this concave from Fari. He's able to move in. All these Immortals getting big shots off, however. The defender's advantage is going to go to Blink, who can move a couple more Charged Zealots in. A Charged Zealot flank here, getting out of the back. The Charged Zealot's getting a lot of nice shots off, taking out a couple of Immortals and drawing their fire for a little while as the army from Fari marches forward. Fari looks like he's on top of this as well, as long as he can control fairly well and focus down the Immortals like he needs to. Fari's Warp Prism coming in now. He's able to reinforce as well. Big Warpins and Zealots from both sides. +3 has started as well. DTs, and there's no detection here. Oh, this could be a fantastic move here by Blink, who is now warped in a ton of DTs. Forces a recall back home. Blink has saved the day, at least for now. We see Fari immediately starting double. Oh, he started double Observer there for a minute. Just starts one so far. Wow, a great prevention there by Fari, by Blink, who has driven Fari away with those DTs. Fari has got to be really disappointed he didn't have an Observer there. He could have closed out the game with double the army supply. These DTs now making their way across to various bases, but it looks like with cannons and protection at all these bases, I think Fari should be pretty good there. Yeah, there's an Observer there to protect against it, but Fari losing focus a little bit. There we go. Cannon's going to take out that DT. Immortal going to take out that DT. DT's everywhere, but getting a little bit of work done on that Immortal there. Actually, wow, nice take on that Archon there. But as the detection moves in, DT goes down, and the DT harass has ended now with photon cannons everywhere for Fari. Now, Fari, again, significantly ahead economically for most of the game here. It looks like he does have a bit of a stronger army, so I think he's doing very well. +3, about 30 seconds away from finishing up for Fari. Neither player upgrading anything else as of yet. We see double Immortal production from Fari, and no Immortals on the way yet. Very nice. Going to take out the pylon in the middle of the map so we can't reinforce as easily, but this DT is going to have open season on these Zealots. Look at that. These poor Zealots. Get out of there, buddies. What are you doing? You can't fight that. Another forward pylon there from Blink. I like that he's hiding these little pylons all around the map. Makes it very easy to reinforce. Massive Zealot warp in here, supported by shield batteries and photon cannons. That Zealot run by from Blink is not going to do anything. From Fari is not going to do anything. Blink defending very well. So sorry. 2 players playing Protoss with 4-letter names. Very difficult. Man, all right, there we go. So ground armor level 1 is going to start here for our Protoss player Fari, and we see shields again, level 1 starting from Blink. Blink seems to favor upgrading shields over upgrading armor. An interesting choice. I'd be curious to hear, does anybody in the chat know why a Protoss player might choose to upgrade shields as opposed to upgrading armor, which I think is probably the more conventional choice. Alright, Fari out on the map there. He has seen this pylon, so this scouting pylon from Blink is going to get taken down, and it will tell him exactly where his opponent's army is now. Immediately going to cancel that 5th base expansion, and draws his army all the way over from the 3rd base. Now that's a long walk for what could be a very short drink of water, as Fari engages here on this 3rd base, takes out all the defenses, but here's the army from Blink that has arrived. Archons in the front, Charged Zealots hidden behind a wall here, not able to get the shots off they want. It looks like the positioning for Blink is a little bit better here, but the Immortals doing so much damage from Fari. Immortals against Archons is not a fair fight, and these Archons are going down. Another wave of Charged Zealots trying to get around their Immortal buddies to get some more surface area, but Blink forced to run away, and it looks like that could be the finishing blow. Fari has destroyed his opponent's army, going to destroy his 3rd base as well, and has no reason to back up and go home. Oh, man, that Warp Prism was not long for this world. Observer is going to be out here for Blink. He's going to know where his opponent is, but after seeing how much his opponent has, I think that, oh, man, it could just be too much as Fari moves up the ramp. There's the GG from Blink, and Fari is going to move into the losers match, round 2, while unfortunately, Blink is going to be knocked out of the tournament. Well played by both players.